HarperCollins presents A Schooling in Murder by Andrew Taylor, read by Nathalie Buscombe. For Caroline. More wisdom is contained in the best crime fiction than in philosophy. Ludwig Wittgenstein. Chapter 1. Murder. It has to be murder. I don't mind telling you, his words gave me a shock. For a start, they were a curious echo of my own thoughts, of what I'd been thinking for the past 6 weeks or so. Besides, you didn't expect a total stranger to blurt out something like that, particularly when, as far as he knew, there was no one there to hear. He was a wiry man, not tall, not bad-looking, if you liked that sort of thing, with dark hair and a thin face that reminded me of someone. Perhaps a boy I'd known when I was young, or the sort of nondescript actor who played the hero's best friend in films. I guessed he was about 30. He was standing at the start of the drive, with his bicycle leaning against one of the pillars where the gates used to hang. He was wearing a shirt with the sleeves rolled up, and baggy flannel trousers secured at the cuffs with bicycle clips. As I watched, he flexed his fingers and ran them through his hair. There were sweat patches under the arms of his shirt. He stared up the drive, a green tunnel at this time of year, because the oaks and limes were bright with new leaves. There wasn't much gravel left underfoot, just ruts and weeds. The drive went into a shallow curve, which made it appear as if it faded into nothing, as if it were a path leading nowhere. Suddenly, he straightened. A column had appeared, marching around the bend of the drive. The two files of green-clad figures almost merged with the greenery on either side. For an instant, they looked like soldiers, ghosts of a recent past, for troops had been stationed at Monk's Hill at the beginning of the war. Then they resolved themselves into the familiar crocodile of schoolgirls in shapeless green tunics. Beside them marched a tall, slim figure in tweeds, with a grey hat like a pudding basin squashed over her head. My heart lurched at the sight of Enid. I felt the familiar mixture of love and lust. How strange one should still feel such things. I supposed it was a bit like amputees feeling pain in limbs they have lost. Ghost pains. The man retrieved his bicycle and advanced slowly towards them. He had a slight limp, a way of hitching up his left leg as he walked. I followed. You could tell that everyone had seen him. The chattering stopped, though there was still some furtive whispering going on. For a moment I saw them as they must appear to him, girls of all shapes and sizes, their bodies shrouded in the sack-like tunics, the doughy faces under the felt hats. Half-formed human beings. Works in progress. As they drew nearer, the man wheeled his bicycle to the side of the drive and waited on the verge for the column to pass him. Enid gave him a smile. "Walk on, girls," she said. "Wait for me at the bottom of the drive." The last girl in the crocodile was Venetia Canford, walking by herself. She was thin and lanky, and her tunic looked as if it had been bought for her when she was much younger. I looked at her with distaste. The first thing you noticed about her was the huge blue eyes. Her mouth was wide, with full lips, too wide and too full for a face that still had puppy fat clinging to its cheeks. Enid had her back to her. I saw Venetia stick out her tongue at the man. He saw it too. A childish insult. Except it wasn't really childish, or even an insult. It was something else. Something unsettling. "Mr. Shaw?" "Yes, that's right. Just arrived." "I'm Enid Archer, one of the teachers. Miss Price-Morgan said you were due today." She nodded at the bicycle. "Did you bike it from Gloucester?" "Newport," he said, "and I wish I hadn't. It must be over 20 miles. "Warm work." He grinned at her. "You could say that. Miss Price-Morgan has invited me to the house at 5:30. I hope there's time to make myself..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?